Society is based on the idea that the martial art hero version of Romeo must die. They chop it up to Romeo so they can jack all, right? The jackal set the principle of evil in Egyptian mythology. Okay, so they can jack all. Now that they've removed every martial artist hero that is naturally greater than they are, screened out their bloodlines, made them go extinct, if you will. Now they'll be like, oh, we magically snapped out of it. We have love. But the children who are drunk off the blood and the ill-gotten gains that were received as a result of the blood of the martial arts heroes cannot have love. You have to have justice to have love. You can't be raping somebody and say, I love you, that's why I'm doing this. They're raping the earth. They got rid of the people who are supposed to rule over them. There is no coming back from that. Not only that, they plan to do so. Every day I think about this thing. Every day as the top martial artist, I think about this thing. People don't appreciate that. The people in charge of society, quote unquote, have told you that if you want to survive, you can't value love and meaningful relationships. The meaning of life is love. Love, derived from justice, gave you the martial arts order of old that civilized humanity. And this included medicine. That's part of war. This included diet. That's a part of war. This included organization and order. That's a part of war. For them to plan on one day having their descendants saying, we magically snapped out of it. Or even to have varying degrees of that in society, variations of that in society on a smaller level. You know, well, I came from this bad family and and then I met you and you moved my world. No. Your relationship is based on half-truths. You did not submit to the martial art order. You submitted to a culture outside of the martial art order. The martial art order is the truth. This is how you live your life. This is the one and only way, the one and only truth, the one and only true life. Everything else is a lie. When you're a scientist working for the New World Order, for example, you're living a lie. You're trying to survive. And you're willing to spread propaganda like the atheist scientists that argue there's no God so they can promote homosexuality and the LGBT philosophies and liberalism in general, right? Because they're in rebellion against love. God is love. They're atheistic Satanists who know that the belief that there is a God is a superior conclusion. There is no viable counterargument. And they've done things in a way that there can never be. Especially when you factor in mind control. These are liars who have more technology and a social club network that allows them more education. In a world where they love building straw men and controlled opposition groups so they can pretend they conquered them like a movie or a Greek play or something. They can never turn around and say, see, we've shown you. You've shown who and how and when. Who, what, when, where, how, why. You've shown a world of people who are historically cowardly, sniveling bootlickers who are yes men, okay? Who are dumbed down, who are willing to play a role that makes them inferior to you. And you have government technology that they don't know about. You know the ins and outs of your experiments and your technology, but they don't know these things. So they're supposed to rely on groups of people who historically lied and screened out the martial arts order. What is more despicable than that? They're supposed to rely on the groups of people who are the most despicable dogs and other pussies with ill-gotten gains for your proof that there is no God. You can never prove it, and that is why. You're just a bitch and a liar with no love in his heart. You don't love your family, and that is fucking why. And you all know it. I told you pussies. For 5 fucking years, and 4 especially. I slapped you across the face with 100 grand and said, you sniveling worms, put your heads together and find one person that could beat me. You couldn't do it. You all came together to sabotage me instead, and for that same despicable genetic insufficiency, you will never prove that you are right. And your children will always, so help me God, always be fucking inferior. Now you go look in the mirror, pussy, and recognize that you are fucking inferior. I put you beneath my feet, once and for all.